Hey guys, what's up? It's Bibs07 here again, and welcome to another RuneScape 3 vlog here today. In this one, we're going to be talking about this week's updates, which are just a bunch of little patches this week. It's a Ninja patch week. No new game content really, although one of the things that was listed on the month ahead was released today, so I guess you can count that, although it's not a huge change. What that update was to the tool belt, so you can see the tool belt interface is quite different now. It's a bit nicer to use and a bit more accessible because you don't have to like click and wait for the thing to scroll, so it's kind of nice. What the hell is all this? I don't even know what half of this stuff is for Slayer. I still haven't bought any of this stuff on my tool belt yet. I probably should. But yeah, it's a bit nicer to go through, and then you can, jump to certain sections if you want by using these buttons at the top. So, it's kind of cool. They also have actually added a new item called the Enhanced Grappling Hook, and this is essentially you're able to store your mithril grapple and crossbow on your tool belt, so you don't have to bring them around. Oh, I got my rock. You don't have to bring them around everywhere like you had to before, which is very nice because that was super annoying, and it basically rendered those shortcuts that utilize the mithril grapple and crossbow useless. But I think you make that with a mithril grapple, a mithril crossbow, and a couple of mithril bars or something like that. So that's pretty decent, I'd say. I'm pretty happy with that for sure. Probably going to make that pretty soon. At the moment, I was just doing this div for my golden rocks, and I'm doing it here at the Elder Chronicles because, or the Elder Wisps, because you need to get 100 Elder Wisps for comp, I believe. I believe it's for comp, so, or you need to get 100 Elder Chronicles for comp, whatever. I don't even know how to speak, but yeah, I'm slowly working on those whenever I do my gold rocks. And it's been going decently so far, but either way, I'm going to go back to the patch notes now. I think I need green charms for this. I'm not 100% sure. For the summoning rock, I usually just make like whatever these are. I think they're macaw pouches or some crap because the gold rings are really cheap. But yeah, they did add a couple of other things. One important change was the buff to the Hex Hunter bow, which is something they've been talking about doing for a long time. They finally went ahead and buffed it so that the damage is now increased against magic creatures from 10% to 12.5%, so quite a significant increase, to be honest. A 25% increase there. I believe that's how it works. No, it's not how. Yeah, I think that is. I don't know. Either way, it's still a pretty significant increase, so I'd say that is definitely important to note. And also, they have added an accuracy increase of 10%. So two pretty significant buffs to the to the bow itself, which is going to make it probably more useful, at least some places. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how people test it and what ends up coming out as being good places to use it. I'm interested to see, though. I might pick one up myself. I'm not sure, as I'm sure this update will raise the price. Also, they updated it so that Elite Soul Gazers now have 3 roles on the drop table, which I believe is the case for all other Elite mobs, so I'm not sure why they didn't have that for the Soul Gazers when they came out, but they have added that now as well, so that is good. It'll make the bow probably a little bit less rare in general, but just better to have those 3 roles like to be consistent across all other Slayer monsters. And then they also will have a debuff thing on the monster's HP bar that'll show you that it's being affected by your Hex Hunter bow. So like when you attack something, it has the little bar on your screen that you can place, like I attack this brute. Oh wait, it does. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. It doesn't fire till I get it, but this HP bar, it shows you their debuffs, like the sever right there. And that is where it will show if your Hex Hunter bow is affecting them or not. So if people were unsure of if their bow was actually working at certain monsters compared to others. Now that'll be no doubt there. So it's good to see that they followed through on actually buffing it. Whether or not these buffs will make it useful or viable anywhere, that remains to be seen. But I'm definitely interested to see what ends up, people end up finding with, further testing with it. And yeah, I'll probably buy one myself if I ever decide to go for the Legio collection, because it's supposed to be really good at the Legiones, I believe, because they are like super mages, pretty much. So that was that one little update. They've also made a pretty big change to degrade to dust gear that's augmented, like tier 90 armor and Stadius, Vesta, and Zuriels. They have made it so that you can allow your item to degrade to like a uncharged state, I believe. So like if you get your Malevolent to level 10 and then you run out of charge on it, then it will have to disassemble it. Prior to now, you would have to disassemble it to have it be, done with. You can't really recharge it. You just have to disassemble it and buy a new set. But now you're going to be able to buy a new piece of like Malevolent. So you'd buy like a Malevolent top, and then you will be able to combine it with your old top in order to maintain the item level. So I think that is definitely really important because of the perks that they've added to high-leveled invention items. Like at level 20, there's an increased chance of perk procs, I think, something like that. So definitely really good that they have added this so that you're now able to take advantage of those, even with this degrade to dust gear. So the remaining charge of the two items will be combined, and if you have any extra charge left over after that, you'll lose that. So make sure you pretty much want to do this when it's basically out of charge at the very least. And then perks will be retained, so you don't have to worry about losing your perks or anything like that. That was definitely something that was going to be a given. And then the greatest XP of the two items is retained, so you will not combine XP of the items. So if you take two tectonic tops that are level 10 and combine them, you won't get, double XP on the new item. You'll just have one that's level 10 with the charge transferred over. So I guess that I don't know why they wouldn't have them combine if you wanted to do it that way, but it doesn't really make sense for you to do it that way regardless. Like just use one top and then, recharge it and continue using that. Obviously, if once you get it to level 20, it doesn't really make a difference, but I'm probably not even going to be making use of this for a little while until I get 200 mil invention. I'm 145 mil at the moment, so not really too far off, but I still want to continue siphoning my, all my gear until I do get that. So yeah, but it's good to see this, and I know a lot of people are happy to have it, especially for things like Stat Warhammer, because you can now do it with, it's basically just with all the degraded dust stuff that you would think of, like Serenic, Malevolent, Tectonic, also refined Anima Core stuff, which I didn't even know degraded to dust, but apparently it does, and then augmented tops, legs, and weapons of Stadius, Zuriels, Vestas, and Morgans. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Definitely something people were looking forward to this month. Other than that, I'm just trying to quickly pinpoint the good stuff in the ninja section here. So first off, they have a new spell actually on the lunar spellbook called Spin Flax. So that's kind of interesting. I guess maybe for Iron Man, although I don't think even Iron Man spin flax. You can just get bowstring drops from places. Maybe I guess low level Iron Man crafting. Well, it's a level 81 magic spell. I don't know. I have no idea why you're really gonna ever use this, but they have added it. I think it already existed on Old School, so that's something to note, I guess. But yeah, that's just a thing. Then they listed the permanent grappling hook. So it was a mithril crossbow, 5 mithril bars, and a mithril grapple. So yeah, pretty not too tough to make at all. So that's kind of good. I'm looking forward to being able to utilize those shortcuts, although honestly I probably will forget to even use them because I essentially just ignored the fact that they even existed up until this point. So I won't, I'll have to take some time to figure out where the grappling hook shortcuts even are, because there are quite a few of them in the game, and I'm not sure how many of them will be useful, but I'll have to wait and see. There's also, you can have they added a couple of new things to the aura management interface, which I don't know if I can open while I'm in Daemonheim or not. Let's hope I can. No, I can't. Crap. Well, let me just finish this C1 and then I'll pull that up. I'll go over some other stuff in the meantime. They finally made the Barrows Rise of the Six bobblehead pets overrideable, so you can just use them as overrides for your familiars. I don't know why this took them so long to add, but it's good to see because, you know, you have to spend so much freaking money to even get the things that you wouldn't even be able to use in PVM unless you didn't bring a familiar with you at all. So I'm glad to see that they have changed that. I don't have any personally yet, although I think I have enough malevolent energy from doing rots to make one. I just don't really see the point, especially when I don't even have all the kite shields to do the title or anything, and I'm not, like, you know, getting insane final boss anytime soon, so just not really worth spending my money on those at the moment. They're kind of cool, but honestly, you know, don't really care that much. I got my Telos pet, that's all I really want. But yeah, I got a wand. Can I still hit with this thing? Okay, I can still hit with it. That's good. But yeah, another thing they changed was to the GE interface. They added keybinds to it, which I thought was kind of interesting. I wasn't expecting this. You can push 1 through 8 to correspond to one of your offer slots. So, you know, there's 8 offer slots. You push one of those buttons and it'll open it up if there's an offer in there. But if it's empty, then hitting 1 to 8 will bring up the buying menu, which I think is really cool, going to be really convenient. And then if you're holding control and you hit any of these buttons, it will still open up the offer slot, but if it's empty, it will instead attempt to sell something. Like it'll bring up the selling interface and, you know, allow you to pick something from your inventory. And then if you hit 9, you'll retrieve your lent item. Like, who the hell lends items anymore? And then at I will do inventory and B will do bank for all of your items in the GE. So I actually haven't tried this out yet. Let's take a look. So I'm gonna have to block out something that's in my GE because I don't want to spoil an upcoming video. But either way, you hit 2, you know, pulls it up. Hit 3, pulls it up. Now if I hit 5, which is empty, as you guys can see, it'll bring up the buy menu. But if I hit control and 5, it brings up the sell menu. So yeah, it's pretty convenient. Just nice if you want to be able to do anything like that with your GE. I'm not probably going to use it that much because I'm too used to just clicking, but either way, it's kind of cool. Then the aura changes. There were quite a few changes to the aura management interface. If you go to your cogwheel here, you can pull up the settings, and there's quite a few new settings. You can choose to automatically extend auras, which is very nice because I have a few times accidentally activated my aura without extending it, so this will help out a lot in preventing that. And you can choose whether you want to do it for favorite auras, unfavored auras, both, and how long you want to extend for. So I think that is super nice, super convenient, and you can just toggle whatever you want in the settings menu. They've also added a new thing which gives you a choice, to display a message when your aura comes off cooldown. So that will be very nice, you know, just if you're waiting on an aura and you don't want to keep checking it, you can tick this off, and then when your aura comes off cooldown, you'll get a little message in your chat that'll say this aura has come off cooldown. So definitely a pretty sweet little couple changes there, especially the automatic extending thing. I think that is very nice. So yeah, that's that. Moving swiftly along here, KBD and Giant Mole have had boss health bars added to them, so that's kind of cool. I think that it's good that they're adding them to bosses because I feel like they really, it just looks really cool, especially if you're a new player going to a boss for the first time. You see that giant health bar pop up, like, you know, just makes you feel like, damn, this is like going to be a pretty cool epic fight or whatever. I don't know why they haven't added one to Virago yet. I guess with his unique mechanics and the fact that his HP isn't super important on the majority of phases, I guess it makes sense that they wouldn't have one, but still, I think it could be nice to sort of give you, you know, consistency throughout all the bosses. Other than that, I don't think there's anything else too significant in here. You can use the Tiny Death familiar as an override as well, so that's nice. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was about... Oh, they said this again. I swear to God that they said this already in the past, but I don't know if I'm just like, if I was just in a fever dream when I thought this, or if like I predicted the future, or they did it but it didn't work and they just kind of brushed it off and did it again. But it says here, the Enduring Glaciate will now be aggressive to players when they spawn while fighting Glaciors. So I did a Glazor's task recently where and I was like, oh, they're going to be aggressive, nice, this is going to be easy, and they weren't. So I was like, what the hell's going on? And now it's here again. So I'm really confused by that, but hopefully it works. Hopefully it actually is the case, because that is going to be super nice and make it a lot less annoying when you're doing Glazors, having to tag the enduring one and run off. And I think there was also a poll. I saw some posts on Reddit about a poll. There is a new poll open. They didn't mention this in the patch notes here. I don't know. They put it out on the let's see if they put it on the front page. I don't see it here unless it's underneath. Yeah, I don't see the poll on the RuneScape update page. Yeah, I just typed in poll. For some reason they didn't announce the fact that this poll is open, but if you want to vote on the poll here, you can. I'm going to quickly vote on it for this video. So let's go ahead and see. Should we add an all-in-one God Wars Soulstone for the 4 God Wars generals? I mean, I don't see why not. That sounds pretty cool. I don't really like how the Soulstones work as it is, with the fact that they require you to kill the hard mode boss only, and that's the only way you can get kill count for it. But still, an all-in-one one sounds kind of cool. So you can just combine the 4 that you get as drops and then bring it to any of the bosses and get kill count for any of the other bosses at the same time. I guess that's how it would work. That sounds cool. Should the defense requirement to use the Curses prayer book be removed? I really don't have an opinion on that at all. I think I'll just skip that. I didn't know there was. I don't know. I feel like that's just not a good question for me to answer. Should we graphically? No, I like the old pets, honestly. That's my opinion. I think the new DKs look kind of ugly, especially Rex. Rex looks really ugly. Prime is kind of cool, but I like the old ones, kind of like as an homage to, days gone by. Just kind of my opinion. Should the little Tuzzy pet be obtainable even whilst on a raid lockout period? Yeah, I don't see why not, considering the other 2 pets are obtainable while on lockout. Where's the should Acto be available on lockout? Because that should fucking definitely be a thing. Either way, yes, I would say yes. Obviously, I'm a little biased because I don't have the pet, but that's just what I'm gonna put. Should we remove the level 120 Slayer broadcast from all worlds except the one? Yes, because I hate it when that shit just spams all the time. You see 120 Slayer, and also yes, same for Invention. Invention's even worse with the spam. Yeah, I think those should definitely be removed, considering you don't see it for virtual 120s, and those are similar achievements. So I really don't see why they have that as a thing, just because it's a real level or whatever. But yeah, definitely remove those. Do not like them being spammed in the chat. Should we change the Master Quest Cape broadcast so that it broadcasts across all worlds? Well, I don't really know how hard the Master Quest Cape is to get. I don't really see it like ever in. I've seen it maybe once or twice in worlds that I've been in, so I don't see why not. I guess it's kind of similar to Comp or Trim Comp, which is a wide broadcast. So yeah, I'd say that's a good idea. A friends only broadcast for completing the Slayer Codex. I don't see why not. I mean, who the hell really, how often do people really complete the Slayer Codex? So why not just add that? Should portable locations show the display name of the person who placed it? I really do not care at all about that. Just going to skip that one. That's kind of a weird question. I don't see why that would be important. Should a permanently open door be added to the back of the Lumbridge Castle kitchen? Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. Makes it a little easier to get around the place. You don't have to run all the way out and around if you want to go out the back. Sounds pretty good to me. Should we remove the 99 summoning requirement on being able to unlock dragon boss pets? I didn't even know there wasn't, but no. It's not a requirement to get them as a drop, but it's a requirement to use them once you get them. So no, I would say no. Because you can get the I actually got the QBD scale before I was 99 summoning, and I just couldn't unlock it. So I don't see why, they would remove that requirement. I didn't have a problem with it. Should we make the remember for 30 days option default to yes when prompting for... No, I would say do not default it to yes, because you could accidentally leave it on when you're not wanting to. I don't know. I'd say that's a bad idea. Should we make it so that players on your ignore list? Yes, that is a stupid question. I don't understand why they would even put that on this poll. Should the green dot take priority over the orange clan member dot when displayed on the minimap? I don't know. That's kind of tough because pretty much everybody I know in the clan I have added, so that doesn't really make a huge difference for me. I would say maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest. I would say yes, actually. Yes, I think that's kind of a good idea. Just because, like, then you can add certain people in your clan that you know better than others and distinguish them more easily. I guess. Should a one-use teleport to Prif Waterfall Fishing be sold in Mehistil's shop? I don't see why not. Sure. All right, let's vote and see what the results look like. It looks like, so what is it? 75% yes to pass. So it looks like yes, add an all-in-one God of War Soulstone. That looks like that's happening. That's cool. People do not want to remove the defense requirement. I skipped that one. Should be graphically. Oh no, they are. Oh my God, it's so close. I don't really want them to update that, to be honest with you. I hope they don't. The little Tuzzy one is also quite close. I'm assuming this is the number of people who haven't unlocked it, and this is the people who have unlocked it. Yeah, that one is very close. We'll see how that pans out. Looks like yes, reduce the broadcast. Wow, why are people not voting to reduce the broadcast? It's so fucking annoying. Huh, that's kind of annoying to me. I wish they really would. But it looks like that is definitely not happening. And people are also not this makes zero sense to me. Why would you want 120 Slayer and Invention to be server-wide broadcasts but not freaking Master Quest Cape? That is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. And people are voting no for the Slayer Codex, which I don't understand either. People are so stupid with these polls, I swear to God. Although a lot of these questions are kind of dumb, to be honest. People are not voting for the portable name either. The door is being voted for. They don't want to remove the 99 summoning requirement. Yeah, I don't see why they would, because you can still get it as a drop. Good to see that the remember for 30 days is not being voted for. Yep, this just lets you know that it's a stupid question if poor people are that skewed in the voting. Should the green dot, looks like people kind of want that. It would be nice if you could just, toggle it, but that's what everyone says for every update. Is just make it a toggle. Like, they can't make everything a toggle. It would be a little bit ridiculous. And then the one-use teleport is also being voted for. So, yeah, the thing about the broadcast baffles me, really. I don't understand that at all. But either way, it's whatever. It's not a huge deal. You can just turn off all broadcasts if you want, but still, I don't see why people want to see like a lot of spam from Slayer and Invention. Either way, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about the polls in the comments down below, as well as the the nice little tweaks to the Aura interface, as well as the Hex Hunter bow buff. Looking forward to trying some of that new stuff out. And yeah, other than that, I am also just wanted to give you guys a little update on my account at the moment. I actually went ahead and decided to buy the other two tier 99 prayers, Malevolence and Desolation. It cost me about 1 bill to buy the remaining two, so went ahead and dropped the cash on that. I think it was probably a good idea because I am looking forward to Solok, and I'm assuming that all sorts of PVM stuff will go up when he ends up coming out, and I want to be ready for any style, which as a result I am considering buying perhaps a ZGS or Kopesh's, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm also slowly working on Dungeoneering and obviously Slayer for my Slayer series. As far as clues go, I have sort of gotten a bit demotivated in doing clues, although I am still doing ones I get from Slayer. I might get back on to doing them in the near future, but I've been enjoying quite a bit of PVM recently, and working on the Collection King series, which is a bit harder to make videos for because I don't really get clips unless I get drops, so it does take a little while for that to come out. But either way, guys, hope you all did enjoy this video. Again, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.